Hello everybody, it's Michael Flecha and welcome to another edition of the FIFA World Cup Match Day Recaps. Match Day 5 just went in the books just minutes ago. The last game has just gone final and you guys already know how we do this. We start out with all the games that went on earlier today and we give you our thoughts and recap on every single World Cup match up to this point. And I want to come on here tonight, and I just want to say thank you. When I started this adventure, I didn't know how this was going to look. I didn't know how this was going to look. I didn't know how this was going to be received, especially from the fans and everything else. And I have to say, it's been overwhelming positive since the very day. Each video has been almost averaging over 200 viewers per event. My mind is blown right now. And for that, I want to say thank you. This was something that I've been thinking of doing for a little while now. And for this to happen, this overwhelming support, it means the world to me, and you have no idea how special this was. So thank you. And I hope you enjoy today. And here we go. Match day 5 of the FIFA World Cup. We started out earlier this afternoon as we had a showdown in Atlanta. This was, Cote d'Ivoire. Correction. Cape Verde. Or Cabo Verde, Cape Verde, they went up against España. They went up against Spain. And this was the game that a lot of my friends was very excited for. Cape Verde making their World Cup debut. You can call them debutantes if you want. But they were going up against, in all intended purposes, if you go to Kalshi, if you go to any betting site around the world, Spain is one of the favorites, if not one of the odds-on favorites, to win the FIFA World Cup. Well, when it was all said and done, the final score was 0-0. Cape Verde is celebrating, treating this like this was their World Cup final. And yes, I get it. It's a draw. It's 0-0. But if you think about the ramifications of this win, if you think about the ramifications of this moment, this will go up there as when Saudi Arabia knocked off Argentina in the last World Cup about 4 years ago. You could even say this is almost like way back when the USA beat England in the FIFA World Cup. It's that kind of magnitude of a moment. Or the 1-1 draw, I think it was in South Africa, when the USA faced off against England, and it was that. And you remember the newspapers in the United States saying the USA beating England 1-1. That is the magnitude of the moment. A lot of people, all the experts, were thinking this was 3-0, 4-0, a 5-0 destruction, that Cape Verde had no chance of winning this game. You tell that to my friends. Tell that to the Cape Verdeans, because they had a belief that they could go toe-to-toe with the mighty España. And with Lamine Yamal, one of the best players in the world, with Yamal from Barcelona, on that squad in Spain, and to get a draw, that is a massive win for Cape Verde. And yeah, you can say, It wasn't the most prettiest game because of the fact that, Cape Verde only had about no more than maybe 27% of the ball or 26% of the ball. And that, the way that this game turned out, you would think, how on earth did Spain draw? Here's why. Their goalkeeper, the goalie for Cape Verde had 7 saves in the match. He had practically almost a perfect 10.0 rating. I think they said he was like at a 9.2. It was like one of the highest ratings he's ever had for a player in the World Cup up to this point. This man is 40 years old. Age is nothing but a number, ladies and gentlemen. And what he did in this game today is without a doubt one of the most unbelievable performances you'll ever see at a FIFA World Cup. I mean, the goaltender for Cape Verde is now a legend. Right before our very eyes. This was unbelievable. And I think going into the next match, can they continue that high ride? Can they continue that monumental momentum that they had? This is the beauty of the FIFA World Cup. You never get to know how this plays, what can happen on any given day. You play your best, you try, but you get these magical moments that they're never going to forget this. I had a couple of my friends who is Cape Verde, and they're going absolutely bonkers right now. They are absolutely celebrating over the fact of this performance. And like I said, it's a once in a lifetime. It is absolutely tremendous what they did. You can't do anything better than that. So the final score was 0-0. It was 0-0. And now we go on to the next game. And that was Belgium and Egypt. And this game ended in a 1-1 draw. This one was actually a pretty good matchup, to say the very least. And it started out pretty early in the game. Egypt getting the early goal at the 20th minute, giving them a 1-0 lead. And then right towards the end, in the 66th minute, the worst thing that can ever happen in a World Cup match, we had an auto goal. An own goal happened that gave that was the equalizer. A major mistake. Trying to clear the ball, went the wrong way, went into the back of the net. I mean, what can you say? Unfortunate for Egypt. They get one. They also score one in their own net. Unfortunate circumstances on that one. And it leads to a 1-1 draw. So we had a 1-1 draw in that matchup. Now it leads us to the next one, which was Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. And when it was all said and done in this one, it was Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. They end in a 1-1 draw. Yeah, basically that's been the theme of this entire show today. So Saudi Arabia gets the 1-0 lead, scoring on the 41st minute, and then Uruguay getting their goal back at the 80th minute, right before the end of the game. So that one also ends in a draw. Uruguay dominated the level of play. 67% of the ball, 27 shots to 7 over Saudi Arabia. Corner kicks was also unbelievable on this one, 14-4. So again, 1 point each. So you kind of are looking now at the group. Once you get into the group in a minute, and we'll break that down in Group H. Basically, Cape Verde, Spain, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay, they all have 1 point each. They all drew. So match day 2 is going to be very crucial when they play in about a week. And then the final game, and in my opinion, the game of the day, I can't believe I'm saying this, Iran and New Zealand ends in a 2-2 draw. It was New Zealand scoring in the 7th minute. Right out of the gate, it was just getting a goal. And then Iran comes right back. 32nd minute, they get the goal, the equalizer. And then that ends in a 1-1 tie going into halftime. Then again, just getting his second, getting the brace. A brace means you get more than one goal. You get 2 goals in the game. So he got the brace. But Saudi Arabia 10 minutes late, Iran 10 minutes later got the equalizer and got the 2-2. And right at the end, nothing more. It goes into a draw. This one was a lot more tighter. New Zealand 52% on the ball to 48 for Iran. Iran outshot New Zealand 17-14. Close matchup. So like I said, this was back and forth, and this was a very good game, to say the very least. And that pretty much ends this day of coverage for day 5 of the FIFA World Cup. And tomorrow, alright, 4 games on tap. We start out at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This game will be in New York. It will be France and Senegal. Oh my goodness, what a matchup this is going to be. This is one of the highly anticipated matchups. This is the one that Thierry and Henry was a little nervous about. The day that they did the draw and they announced that this is going to be the matchup, Thierry and Henry had a little pit in the stomach. It's like, oh no. Senegal? Them? Yeah, Senegal is one of the top teams in Europe, in the African nations. And France, I mean, they got Kylian Mbappe, major player, favorite to possibly win the World Cup. You know, the last time 4 years ago, France got to the final. This was that epic final in Qatar against Argentina. France is looking to bounce back from that, and they got themselves quite a first game against Senegal, so we'll see how that plays out. And then in the second game, it's Iraq. They will begin their road against Norway, 6 p.m. Eastern from Boston. It will be at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. This is the Boston game. So that is game number 2. Then game number 3 at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be Algeria going up against the reigning, defending FIFA World Cup champions, Argentina, Lionel Messi, and the Argentinian team begins their quest for the repeat, the back-to-back in Kansas City. They will be playing at Arrowhead. And then the 4th and final game, well, I hope you can burn the midnight oil on this one, folks, because this will be at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific from San Francisco, at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. It will be Algeria and Jordan. No, Austria and Jordan. I'm sorry. It's not Algeria. It's Austria and Jordan. And that will be at midnight Eastern. As you guys know, once that final game is over, but when Austria and Jordan goes final, I will be back here tomorrow night to recap all the day's action. And I am debating if I'm actually going to be at the fan zone, the Providence fan zone tomorrow at 3 for the France versus Senegal. I told you guys that there were some chances that I may go see the World Cup matches, you know, at the fan zone, the FIFA fan zone, Providence, Rhode Island. That's going to be right next to where the Providence Place Mall is, right by where the State House is. There is a fan zone. I got to see it on Friday, before I went to see Friday Night SmackDown, a WWE event. That place is absolutely amazing. I know a couple of my friends have already gone there and was thoroughly happy, thoroughly impressed. I may go down there. I may. I'm not saying I will or won't. I'm just putting it out there, out in the ether. But you may get a chance to see me in that area tomorrow. I don't know. I'll think about it. If I do, I may even give you a live recap of France and Senegal right in that area, right down there. I might. Who knows? We'll see. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms around the world. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support and the love that you guys have been giving me and through the TXN sports world. And until tomorrow, have a pleasant evening, buenas noches, and good night, everybody. Bye-bye.